welcome to this painting tutorial. I'm your host for this video, Kevin, aka Simple Cheese from WarVisionGaming. I'm not a pro painter, but don't tell anyone. So, we're gonna start painting Poxwalker, this tutorial. And I'm gonna show you how to paint real zombie skin. It's never seen before tutorial. Never seen before zombie skin. It also works great on zombicide models. This is a work in progress. Today we're gonna start all over again. The skin. Okay, well, this is the Poxwalker we're gonna paint. And man, what do I love these models. Great pose, detail. Oh man, this tutorial is gonna be epic. And let's begin. Okay, well, the first color we use is Dead Flesh from Vallejo, and I shake the bottle up. I always use the palette because it's great for diluting your paints. And then you got a bowl of clean water, and then what I do is with the back side of the brush I dip it in, and there's always one drip hanging from the handle, from the steel, from the shaft, and then one drop I'm going to add, maybe 2, maybe 3, and then I'm gonna mix it up for the right consistency. You don't want, it's a little bit of cliche, but you don't want your paints to be that thick, so maybe one drop more. So, and this is it, we're gonna get started. Okay, then with the diluted paint we're gonna start basing the skin. And then you think, well, how this model is getting stuck to the paint bottle. Well, that's what I do with all my models. I glue a washer beneath the base, and I glue it with some really strong glue, special glue, and a really strong magnet on an old bottle of paint, and they snap on, so you can paint them really nice. So what you want to do is a nice smooth first layer of paint. We undercoated the model with the Corix white spray, and we added some sand on the base, but I know you guys know what to do with it. Nice first thin coat of paint. The coverage of the Vallejo paint is great. Works really well because it's white undercoated, so, and the pigments of this paint are covering very nice. Well, and you don't have to be neat. It's Nurgle, it's Death Guard. Oh, it's not technically Nurgle, it's Death Guard. I hope they bring Nurgle demons and Death Guard more together, because I am planning on build a horde army with a lot of Poxwalkers, plague bearers of Nurgle, Nurglings. I don't know how this thing's called, plague drones. Oh, maybe we can do a tutorial about the plague drones as well, so that will be neat. So you can see the Dead Flesh is a really yellowish, grimy color, and the effect of this color is really nice, especially when we are done washing. It's my first painting tutorial. It's really odd painting not through a camera lens, but camera is kind of in the way. I'm painting in a pose that I'm not used of. Oh man, these models, I love them. You don't have to be really that neat, because it's the first layer. Tickling under the chin. My girlfriend loves that. I always use my finger to get some support, so you can paint really nice. If you don't do that, you don't have some stability. Dus the finger or the pink, the ring finger. No, not my ring finger. Well, a finger. Again, this really helps out a lot. Especially when painting fine details. Small stuff, eyes, teeth. So, the base color of our skin is complete. I've checked the model that I didn't forget any spots. And that the paint is dry. And now we're gonna start using some washes. Okay, the first wash we're gonna use is Druki Violet. I've shaken the paint bottle up. I've got an old base brush. Then I'm gonna scoop some paint out, because we're gonna doil the wash down with some water. I think that will be enough for the Poxwalker. Then with the back side of the brush and some clean water, I think 2 drops, maybe 3. Stir it up, and then what I do is I drag the paint to the edge, and then you can see the consistency of the wash. It's a little bit watered down, but it works perfect. Okay, now that we water down the wash, we're gonna apply it to the skin. And the first layer of wash, you wanna doil the skin tone down. You want it to get in the recesses, but it's not necessary. And then you say, it's not necessary for a wash to get in all the cracks, noonies and cracks. No, because that part will come later. The next wash we're going to use is a blue wash. And with that wash we're gonna focus the deepest cracks, the deepest shadows. Keep the paint flowing. You don't want it to pool. We get one giant spot of wash. Just gently stroking the skin. Okay. You want to, the wash is pooling over here, so you can suck it up with your brush. Because the main reason of this first wash is to doil the skin tone down. Oh man, watch all those pustules. I really love Nurgle. I've bought my Nurgle army from a friend, and since I've been playing Nurgle, it goes really well. It's kinda suits my style. You don't want it to be thick, eh? Keep that in mind. When I started painting a couple years ago, I just grabbed the bottle of wash and well, I just poured it over the model, and it was way too heavy. And now that I water down my washes, the outcome is way more beautifuler. It's way nicer. So we're done. No, we're not done. Just over here. You see this? The wash is not that strong in that part, but it's okay. It's a first layer. We have to be patient. Don't rush it. If you don't have Vallejo paint at your disposal, you also can use Ogrin Camo. It's a layer paint. It's a little bit thinner than this one, so you have to be really careful that the first layer is not that thick. So you can see here the comparison. It's almost the same. This one is a little bit brighter, but the same technique works with this paint. Okay, the first layer of the watered down wash is complete, and you can already see the skin tone is turning a little bit of, well, greenish. And now we're gonna apply a second coat, and you definitely want to avoid the highest parts of the model, so such as the belly, the breasts, the arms. But what you want to do with the last layer of the purple wash is just to give the pustules a little bit of definition. It's really watered down wash. It's almost like a glaze, but between a glaze and a wash. We want this part to be the brightest part, and also the belly. So we're gonna wash beneath the arm just a second time. And remember to spread out the wash. Just give it some extra character. And again, don't rush it. The rushing part comes later, when you mastered the techniques. And as I said before, I'm planning on building 120 Poxwalkers and paint them all for the future battle reports, just to see how a Nurgle horde army will do. Luckily for me, my girlfriend helps me painting, so this area we don't want to apply the wash a second time, because we want this part to be brighter, so we're gonna avoid this, same as this arm. I think the back is done. We're gonna now start at the legs, just to give the pustules and the rotting a little bit of character. Avoid the heel. Just the edge of the trousers. Nice contrast. Just spread the wash around beneath the toes, pustules. And yeah, we let them dry. Okay, well, the second layer of wash has dried, and now we're gonna use the blue wash. Hello, Dragonhof Nightshade. And with this shade, we're gonna use it really as a shade. So we're gonna define the recesses and the shady parts of the model even more. Okay, and now with my layer brush, I also watered down the blue wash a little bit. You wanna wash the pustules. Around his neck. Try to avoid the clearest parts of the model. Just here. You see the armpit? Bam, definition. Bam, contrast. The hand. It intermittently pops. Over there. Armpit. Shadow. Bam. Armpit. You can apply this wash a little bit thicker. Here's too much wash. You can soak it up over here. Just a little bit. The hand. Just give it a little bit of blue tone to it. Here it is. Cracky. Not too much, because too much is never enough. A little bit of blue at the head. You can also use a green wash if you like a more greenish tone. But experiment with different paints, different washes. They don't all have to be the same. I'm gonna make two other how-to videos of two other color schemes of Poxwalkers. So and now you can see it's really dark in here, we're gonna let the wash dry, and then we're gonna start some dry brushing. Okay, now that the base color has dried, you can see the effect, and now we're gonna use the dry brush technique to redefine the skin tone and really make the zombie dead flesh skin that we are looking for. And when you're gonna start dry brushing, I always get a piece of toilet paper. I shake up the paint. One drop of paint is enough. Then you're gonna pick your dry brush. That's an army painter dry brush, but it really don't matter. And then you grab a little bit of paint, you drag it out, and then you're gonna put the paint, push it in all the bristles, and then we can start dry brushing. Okay. When you dry brush, always dry brush where the light is coming from. And just simple. Really simple. You can already see at the chest that the skin tone is coming back, but with a really nice effect. Just gently stroke the model. Load up some paint more. Okay. Here you can see it even better. Really gently, not with a lot of paint on your brush. And I push, let go, push, let go, push, let go. So you really want to divide then the face. And intermediately it's beginning to look really epic. Really nice color. So that's about it. And over here, focus man. Over here you can really see the effect that we are looking for, because this part with the dulled down purple wash is now a little bit of, yeah, well, purplish. A little bit bruised I guess is the right word. And over here you can see the bluish greenish color, and the contrast is really nice. Okay, load up your brush or even what? More paint. Wipe it off. Now we're gonna start at the back. So you can see the dry brushing effect at this elbow. Really popping out. Okay, well, I've completed the dry brushing and you can see the effect looks really nice. This is the zombie skin you want your army in. Maybe it sounds a little bit cocky, but believe me, I'll make some pictures at the end and it's gonna be really epic when you have 120 of this colored Poxwalkers walking on the battlefield. But we are not done yet. We're gonna define the pustules even more to bring off more contrast. So the next color you will be using is a glaze. It's blood leather glaze. It's already a very thin paint, but we're gonna thin it down with the same progress. A little bit, 1 drop water, a little bit of glaze, mix it up and you will see the outcome. Okay, the paint is ready. I've got a small layer brush and I'm gonna soak a little bit of that glaze onto my brush. Then I'm gonna find some pustules and I'm just, it's a little bit too much, so I dab my brush dry and soak it up. Yeah, really nice. That's the effect I was looking for. Also the eyes. Again, a little bit too much, but dab your paintbrush dry and just soak it up again. Over here, some pustules. Just put the glaze between the pustules over here. Well, you can see over here the line, that's a mold line. I didn't saw it before I was painting this model, otherwise I had removed it, but okay, well, it's not a big of a deal. It's not a forge roll model, so tap it in here, here, maybe over here. Suit your liking, wherever it suits your liking. Not too much, not too little. This eye needs a little bit more. And just suck it up, back up again. A little bit at his belly. Over here in that hole. Oh, the dog in the background. It's a puppy of my neighbor, so. Okay, that's enough. Next, on to the next step. Okay, now that the glaze is dried, I've dry brushed a little bit of the base color, the dead flesh color, back over the glazed parts, and you see, whoa, it's really looking nice. So next step is to highlight the pustules. Okay, the next paint we're going to use is Ragged Flesh to give all the pustules a base color. I think it's a really grimy color and it suits. Okay, so I've watered the Ragged Flesh down with the same technique I've showed you before, and then just highlight the pustules. You can already see it. I only did 3 and the result is really cool. Ooh. You don't need much. It's just just to make the pustules pop. Nothing fancy. These techniques are not hard. Everyone can do this. Look, his neck. It completes the pustules even more. And you're looking for contrast. Contrast is the key word. You got some darks. You got some lights. And you want to... Bam! That was the effect we were looking for. You see that? A little bit of record flash makes really the pustules stand out. You watch over here. Bam. Little effort, maximum result. On his hand. Done. Okay, and now we're gonna finish off the pustules and we're gonna make them Super Saiyan 400,000 with the color Palette Witch Flesh. Okay, so I've watered again the paint down, and then we're gonna highlight the pustules just a little bit. You don't want to paint all of the pustules. Just give him just an edge highlight. Just stroke over it. You can see over here the 3 that already have been done with the Palette Witch Flesh color, and the 2 pustules beneath it. There are still the record flesh. Sorry guys. And now you're gonna see when I'm hitting the pustules with the Palette Witch Flesh. Ring. Pustules. I love pustules. Look. Bam. It really pops. His hand. Only base color. Now we're gonna hit it with the Palette Witch Flesh. Just hit the end. Look. It makes it complete. His neck. Just hit it. You see it. Nice. Over here, the hole. Just edge highlight. I don't know if this is his nipple or... Hit them pustules. done. The skin is done. Okay, well, now we're gonna paint the teeth, and we're gonna use the palette witch flesh color, and we don't want to water the paint down. I've got some paint on my bristle and I'm just gonna wipe it off. It's almost a controlled kind of dry brushing technique. So my brush is almost dry of paint, and then we're gonna just stroke the teeth, just gently. Don't use force or pressure. Just let the bristles stroke the teeth. So they will be really defined. We can also, the teeth are really nice. I just think about it, we can also give one tooth, give him a gold tooth. That's what I'm going to do. Give him a gold tooth. And just stroking the teeth gently. Okay, wow. Nice. Okay, the next paint we're gonna use is Warpstone Glow. We're gonna paint the eyeballs. Don't water it down. Just with a little bit of paint on your brush. Just hitting the eyeball. It's our first layer. Just hit the eyeball. First layer. Second layer, mood green. Okay, and with a mood green, you don't want to water it down. Just straight out of the pot and give it, I'm gonna turn it around. Just give it a little touch. Well, you can call it here. I say I call it here. It's enough for me, man. It's tabletop ready. I'm not going to spend a lot of effort in things because it looks nice, man. So it's good by me. I hope it's good by you, for you. Okay, well, now we're gonna use McCrack Blue to paint the trousers. And we're gonna water the paint down, same technique as shown before. Okay, well, I finished the pants. You can see. And when the pants is drying, we're gonna paint the horns. The bones with Sandry dust. Just water it down. Same story. Same story, same technique, nothing fancy. And just paint the horns. Be careful not to overdo the skin. Okay, the bones are finished. Now we're gonna paint some leather. Okay, well, and in the meantime I've painted the belt black. Now we're gonna paint all the leather with using Mornfang Brown. And as I said before, and I will say many times, it's a dulled down, a watered down paint. Just fill in all the leather bits. His little pouch where he keeps his maggots nice, fresh and clean. I wonder, do we like them fresh and clean, or does he will like him rotten and deceased? I think the second. I know some Norwegian people or Swedish people, they eat a fish that's stored in some kind of can, and that fish is starts to decomposing and they're eating it. It's a little bit of filthy story, but I've all my life wanted to try it, because that people, yeah, it's normal, they eat it, just like haggis, the Scottish people. It's a stomach of a sheep, I guess, but I want to try it. It sounds disgusting, but and as my buddy Schoolskin will know, I eat and drink everything except coffee. I don't know, man, I just don't like coffee. But I like beer with a coffee taste. That's strange. Just be as neat as you can. It's hard to be neat on the camera, but okay. The next paint we're gonna use is lead belcher. We're gonna paint all the metallic areas. I've watered my paint down. This wrench thing. I'm going to do some crazy things with this wrench when I'm thinking about it right now. Maybe we could do a yellow upper part. And then you say yellow. Yeah, yellow. Sometimes you have to try things out. And we're going to do right now live. Well, live. In a few hours I'm going to my uncle's house, and there will be my brother and my nephews, and then we're gonna bike to my grandfather, and my grandfather is turning 80 year, and we're gonna pick him up as a surprise, and then we're gonna drive to a little bar, and then we're gonna drink some beers, and after the beers we're gonna eat at a restaurant, and after eating at the restaurant we're going to a pub to drink even more beer with my old grandfather. And boy, man, my grandfather can drink beers like a madman, like an 18-year-old. So I'm really excited. Tell me what you think. It's my first painting tutorial, and I'm not a pro painter. I'm not trying to be a pro painter. I don't want to be a pro painter. I just want to have fun. And I want to make videos for you guys. Just to show you with some easy techniques. Oh man, look at the belly. The belly is all red. You can make a simple model with not a lot of effort into really a nice piece on the battlefield. And if you got 120 of those Poxwalkers, oh man, things are going to get messy. Over here you got some Italian, fly Italian. I think I'm going to paint that gold. Okay, now that all the metal bits are done, we're gonna start painting the striping on his trousers with Zotac green. Okay, and with this part, you want to be as neat as you can. Okay, well, it's not really good showing on the cam, the Zotac green. But it's okay. I don't want it to be that bright, because I don't like bright Nurgle Marines, especially the one that GW makes for the box art. I love them, but I hate them as well. I don't know, they're too cute. My girlfriend saw them and she was just, hey, these guys are cute. And then I said, what? Poxwalkers aren't cute. And then she said, no, but they look cute. And then I thought, that's the wrong idea, but okay. Okay, Zotac green. Okay, just a little trick. I found a bottle of my Everland Sunset for the yellow of the wrench, but it's all clogged up. Over here I got a nut. Yeah, I got a nut. And it's from stainless steel, so it don't rust. I drop it in there and then I'm gonna shake like a madman. So the next color we're going to use is Everland Sunset. I shaked it up with a nut and, well, I added a little bit of water and now the paint is just fine. Okay, and with the Everland Sunset we're going to paint this upper part of the wrench, just as neat as you can, just to add some contrast. You can also, that was my camera stand, you can also do it green, black, whatever you like, but add diversity to your squad. That's very important, especially with the Poxwalkers. I always had a hard time painting yellow, and then Games Workshop released Everland Sunset, the base and the base color. It worked out really nice. See guys, contrast. Okay, the next color that I'm going to use is a shade, and with this color, Agrex Earth Shade, we're going to shade all the metal bits, the trousers, the leather and the bone areas. So give it a little shake. This color, I'm going to paint it straight out of the pot with a base brush. And yeah, start applying it. Watch out where the trouser is hitting the skin. But you can always see I already applied the wash over here, and you can see the little bit of the shade in the area where the skin is meeting the trousers. You don't want to overdo it, but you can also do this shade with Nuon oil or even a Reichland flesh shade. Just experiment with things. It's good. I have experimented a lot when I do painting with some different colors and different techniques. It was not always the best thing I could do, but I learned a lot from it. Just watching painting tutorials from other painters. Well, there are some good tutorials on YouTube, but I want to paint for just beginners, and I don't want to be, as I said before, I want to set a how to pro paint tutorial. It's not my style. Mr. Coolskin is pushing me to try non-metallic on an HQ of my Blood Angel army. To mention Dante for taking example. He said, if you're going to try it out, it's good for you. You will succeed. Maybe he's right, and I have to give it a go. But I've so much other things to do. And you see how the Agric Earthshade completes the yellow color. It gives the color some warmth and depth. It just ties it all together. And that's a good thing. Also, the horns. Ooh. Giant pool over here. It's not a problem. Just suck it up with your brush. See? It's starting to pull a little bit. But patience is a good thing. I have Not a lot of patience, but I'm working on it. Oh man, the contrast with the pustules and the bone. It's almost pro painted. Hey, but don't tell anyone else, please. Tell your friends about this channel. We are investing a lot of time in it and money to build some cameras, some lighting, but we don't want to be pro. We want to have fun, and we want to transfer the fun and the happiness and the good energy to you guys. Well, the wash is complete, and we let them now dry. Over here, it's another Poxwalker for another squad, and you can see the difference in wrenches. I use other colors just to make them unique. Okay, now that the wash is drying, we're gonna use pallet witch flesh again for bringing up some maggots. And what you want to do is you don't dilute the paint with water, you just a little bit on your brush, and then same technique as the teeth, you wipe it off, almost no paint on your brush, and then you're gonna gently stroke the maggots. Almost. You see? Just gently picking out the maggots. Okay, the wash Agric Earthshade has dried, and now we're gonna pick out and highlighting the leather parts with Scrag Brown. And what you want to do with it right here is you're gonna water the paint down just a little bit, not much, and then you're gonna have your small layer brush, and then you're gonna very gently bring some contrast to the leather areas. You can do several things. You can do an edge highlight, just like this. That looks fine. But you also, I don't know how this technique is called. Maybe, I think it's layering. And what you want to do is just paint in the leather part, just like this, just to give it some contrast. And that's very important. I keep saying it and I keep saying it and I keep saying it, but that's really important. You see the edge highlight over here, but you also can do a little bit of dragging. Bam! You see? That's how you paint leather. Just highlighting. That's enough. It's not rocket science, boys. over here. Edge highlighting on the top part. And then I want to get in between. A little bit of layering. You can see the outcome is really nice with a minimum of effort. That's where we're shooting for. And on second mind, this bag, it's got maggots in it. I think I'm going to dry brush that. So just to the contrast of the maggots, the contours of the maggots, just to show them through. Simple as that, guys. Dang. I've dry brushed the bag of maggots and you can see them now very clearly. I forgot a maggot over there. Gonna do him now. Okay, the next color that we are using right now is lead belcher again, and with that lead belcher we wanna pick out some metal parts. Normally I would go for Runefang steel. It's a great color for highlighting, but I don't want well, the metal to be that bright. I want it to be muddy, I want it to be old, I want it to be disgusting, but I want contrast. So with the base color we're just stroking the edges a little bit just to redefine the shape. Then we're gonna use Ariel yellow just to finish off the yellow thing on his wrench. We don't need much. We don't want it to be that watered down. No. I don't know why I start whispering. I have to hold my breath. Just a little bit. Done. And some Balthazar gold for the thing he got around his neck. The Nurgle fly talisman. No need to water it down because it's a little thing. Just smack it in there. Nothing fancy. Maybe it was a bit better if he did it before, so we can wash that at the same time with the Acrex Earth shade. That's okay. So all the robing around his wrench and around his neck we're going to do with Dark Reaper. I don't know, it's a filthy color, but I like it. And Just hitting the edges. A little bit too much on my brush. But if you got a steady hand and some experience, it's gonna be alright. It's not a competition. It's not about speed. That part comes later. When you're just batch painting 40 guys of them, then you want speed. Around his neck I'm going to do off camera, because then I have more control. Then with our base color, Macleod blue, I'm going to just pick out the highest parts of the trousers. You don't want to overdo it, because you want the trousers to be filthy and disgusting, old, worn, war-torn trousers. Just like this. You see it? Over here I've given them a layer, and on this side I didn't do anything, and you can see that the contrast on this side is better. Just avoid the shadows and the inner parts of the leg. I usually don't do it because that's where the shadow is. Boom. Just simply done. Then we're gonna finish off the bone things, the horns, how do you call them? I don't know. But what I know is that we're gonna use sandy dust. That's the base color. And you want to thin it down. Okay, I thinned down my paint, and now we're gonna paint the upper part of the horns and the base of the horns that is closest to the skin. We'll leave that alone, because the wash did its job. So you can see over here, the wash did its job. And we leave it that like that. Just slowly, it's not a race. Okay, we leave it to dry, and then we're gonna get another color. So now we're gonna finish off the horns with a couple more colors. And the first color, the second color the third color we're gonna use is record flesh. Okay, so we diluted the paint with some water. Then we're gonna paint the upper part of the horn. And we leave a little thing darker at the bottom of the beginning of the horn. So I think it's two-thirds up the horn. You see that part? So you see two-thirds. So nice. It's very hard to paint in this position and film and talk and keep breathing, I guess. I discovered now that I'm making this tutorial that I'm holding my breath sometimes. You don't want to end this flat. Leave it like this. Don't make it too clean. Just like this. Just like this, just like that. Bam. And now we're gonna let that dry. Okay, and the second to last color we're gonna use for the bone horn thingy is Palette Witch Flesh. Okay, it's a watered down mix, and we're gonna concentrate the Palette Witch Flesh on the upper half of the horn. And I don't know if you can see it, but I made it, because it's watered down, it really nicely blends into the previous color. If you do it slowly, if you take your time, just over here, watch. Kinda happy with the result, but now we're gonna finish it off. Okay, and the final color we're gonna use for this model is Abaddon Black to finish off the horns, and then the model will be ready. Okay, and with the Abaddon Black, you want to make the edge of the horn black. Over here we got a straight line. It looks a bit funny, so in the middle. It's not necessary to make the points black. Sometimes I do it. and sometimes I do it not. So the Poxwalker is ready. Now I'm going to paint the base all black, and then we're gonna base it. Okay, well, I forgot to wash his medallion, and I've painted the base black. Ready for some base color. Basing. Okay, and to finish the base off, we're gonna start with some heavy dry brushing the fang. And just like previously shown, grab a dot of paint, get it on a piece of toilet paper, work it in the bristles. But it's a heavy dry brush, so. And then just heavy dry brushing the base. You want a little bit of black showing through, but a little bit. Not that much. Watch around the feet, because we just painted the model so epic. It's a shame. It's a shame that we put in a lot of effort in the skin color, and then with a little bit of uncarefully dry brushing, the effect is ruined, and it's hard to knead it up again. What you can do is, when you make a mistake, grab the dead flesh from Vallejo again and try to dry brush it away, but yeah, just be as neat as you can. Be careful around the feet. So this will be the outcome. Okay, and then when the first dry brush is complete, we're gonna continue with the dry brush Celestra Gray. Same progress. I didn't clean my brush because that isn't that necessary. This dry brush will be a lot lighter than the dry brush before it. So, okay, excess paint of the brush. Camera focus, and then just. You can see it. This side hasn't been done, and this side has been done. My girlfriend came in the door just when I shut it off the camera, and she watched this model, and she gave me a little nod on my shoulder, and she said, "Damn, son, looking good." Okay, that's enough, I think. Okay, and for the last final dry brush, we're gonna use some Ulthian Gray, and this gray is gonna be a very, very light dry brush. I didn't clean my brush, so I think that's not, if you clean your brush, that the colors are too far apart. I want the colors to mix between my bristles. Oh, and this model is epic. Okay, these are the colors. I'm gonna now paint the rim black and put a little tuft. Okay, it's very important when you're painting your rim to water your black pretty much, not like a wash, but you can thin it down pretty good. If you don't do that, you see those ugly brush strokes around the edge, and well, personally I hate it. That was that. Fucking hell. Okay, and for the tufts I'm gonna use for my bases. I really like tufts. I'm using them all the time because I think static grass looks just dumb, and this kinda makes the model. I've got tufts from miniature. It's the first time I'm gonna use them, and we got some PVA glue. It's very simple. I think you guys know it, but to end this video, the tufts are, I think, self-adhesive, but yeah, a little bit PVA glue just to be sure. Okay, wow. So you open the box and then you have your little tufts. And then I've got some tweezers, and then you're gonna pick out a lovely tuft. This is a little bit too much. And then what I do is grab an old brush and then poke the glue around. Poke the glue a little bit on the underside of the tuft, and then with the tweezers I'm gonna glue this in place. Done. Okay guys, that was my tutorial. That's how I paint my Poxwalker epically, never seen before zombie skin. Well, keep up the good energy, keep up the good vibe. Please subscribe us, means a lot. And see you in the next painting tutorial. I'm out.